So the ESA plans to hold an all digital E3 this year, right? All digital, not going to be a live show, and they plan to have like a week beforehand where they're going to show some stuff, and then during the actual show, they're going to have a couple of 2-hour events, and kind of more interesting, they want it so whichever their partners are going to be, I'll get to that in a bit, that they'll be able to stream games to people to check out. Because obviously you don't want people downloading these games because they can hack them and shit. But streaming makes sense. And that's something I had to do last year when I did game demos. I just did it all streaming. So that sounds pretty cool. But I have to ask the obvious question. Okay, do we really need this? You know what I'm saying? Like the Summer Game Festival, Jeff Keighley saying that's still going to happen. And at least this report says from VGC, they're like, a lot of developers are going, nah, we're not going to join this E3 shit because they still need to pay 6 figures.
No.
That's almost
what?
Yeah, they still need to pay 6 figures to the ESA. Who the fuck is going to do that? So
I'm going to do that shit. Come on, man.
Just stream?
Yeah, to stream, so, developers, I don't think they're going to sign up for this shit. Like E3, this shit is done. Don't get me wrong. After that nonsense that we had to deal with last year, I would love it if we went back to the days where we had 1 week of concentrated gaming news. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to go back to those days. I think developers are like, listen, we're just going to release info when we want. Fuck this shit. Especially with those prices, man. And again, Brett, I think I know where you're going to go with this. I want it to go back to that way, but I don't think it will. But
here's the thing that's changed. The pandemic has hit. People miss gathering so fucking much. I think you might actually see a resurgence of
not this year. They already said it's all digital.
No, not this year. Not this year, but like next year. Like 2 years going without cons, 2 years without going outside, 2 years without being around people. When it's finally fucking safe, people are going to go out in droves because they've all got cabin fever from being in for so fucking long.
I agree with you, but what happens if they reopen up E3 and all the developers like, fuck that shit, we're not going? Because that's already, here's the thing, E3 was already going away before the COVID shit, it was already being hollowed out,
I don't think it'll be E3. I think it'll be something else.
It's going to have to be something else because you know what's going to happen? This is what I think is going to happen. When everything opens up again, it's just going to be a bunch of different gaming events all around the country, all over the year, PAXs and all this other shit.
Yeah, but that's not that much different than like tattoo conventions, right? And like you have a few big ones that rise up, in popularity, and those few big ones tend to attract advertisers because they've got more eyes on them. It's one of those, if you build it, they will come. If you make a thing where 10 million people are staring at a fucking square on TV, somebody's gonna pay to put something there.
Yeah, but don't they have to make it compelling to make those people stare at that square? Right now, E3 is not doing that at all, Like, who's going to be there? Some fucking no-name companies no one cares about? All the big guys, they're doing their own thing,
Yeah, I don't...
Even after that, a bunch of people have already been moving away from E3 itself.
Yeah, it was already going there.
EA had a spot all the way different. I mean, what are those guys? The guys who always do the parking lot across the street.
Devolver.
Devolver Digital.
Okay. Hold on. I think I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I think EA is going to die. I think a bunch of conventions are going to pop up because people want to go out, and they will. Some of them will become more popular. And again, those will attract advertisers. Look at the video game awards, right? Like it's become a quasi E3 where they're announcing games during an award show. It's the weirdest thing, but it just shows that you need kind of this center glom for people to pay attention to release your big trailer kind of thing. Just throwing it on the internet isn't always good enough.
Oh no, I agree. I just don't think E3 is going to be the thing.
No, it won't be E3. It won't. Like it'll probably be one of the PAX festivals, they'll just twist the Game Awards.
The Summer Games Festival, the Jeff Keighley thing. Maybe that'll become the E3. I'm talking about actual E3 where people actually go there. And Jeff Keighley, if you're listening to the show, don't charge these people that much money. 6 figures, insane, absolutely insane to be charging that kind of money.
The thing about it is, it's like when these places they decide to start charging they start to charge that sort of money. It's like they're not really getting anything out of it.
They're not.
Because initially, yes, okay, you're at a convention, that's fine. You have something there, but what does that have to do with online? Like What are you going to get? Better internet connection? You know, it's like paying for the privilege of being in this a part of this thing. No, you could literally run an event at the same exact time with a bunch of things that people actually care about instead of wading through a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Chris, what's your take, man?
Oh, I don't know. The ESA is fucking stupid. You know, I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm still staggering from that price. Like, fucking, what have you seen? Like, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo are perfectly capable of streaming themselves. I mean, how Microsoft made a fucking infrastructure that actually Sony's using for their store now. Like, you're gonna charge them 6 figures for what? The honor of having your logo on their what? Fuck that. They could stream at the same time. Hell, even when I went with you guys to E3 and I got into the EA conference. EA wasn't even inside the fucking convention center. They just did their shit down the street. Devolver, like Manny said, is in the parking lot across the street. So what the hell do they need you for to go online and stream? They just put up, hey, we're having our stream at the same time as E3 is going on. They don't need them. What kind of madness is this?
Yeah, it's absolutely.
I'm going to say this:
the E3 committee,
Jim Ryan, man.
The one thing. Well, no, it's that one dude. You remember early that year when they switched him out to that new guy. That new guy, I don't think he knows a lot. I think he, I think he doesn't get
the new ESA guy he's talking about.
The new guy.
Manny put it like he just doesn't know a lot.
He doesn't know a lot.
Very nice way of saying he's a fucking idiot.
I mean, it doesn't hold a lot of impact what I just said, but still, like the same. He's not connected to what people want, and it's definitely not what E3 has become. I'm sorry. They're going to have to think about another way to create income for themselves besides charging all this money to something that would normally be free or for a company to do.
Well, it wouldn't be free, but it would cost them a lot less.
It would cost them a lot less. Like for Sony, Microsoft, or any of those other companies, how much money does it take to sit some dope in front of a thing to host the show? Who's probably on the staff, who's probably already getting paid to be there. That's not going to...
Talk about Mark Cerny that way, man.
Or is he?
You can get anybody to sit there. It could be that, whatever Sony's usual hosts that they have there. There could be those guys from, PlayStation Access. It could be anybody.
Holly, man. She's
exactly.
good.
Oh, no. Holly's gone, man. Holly's at CD Projekt Red. She moved over. Holly Bennett moved over to CD Projekt Red. Literally last year or the year before that. Yeah.
Oh shit! She was running for that identity protection.
Yeah, she was running PR for them.
It's got that Phil Harrison energy right there.
Oh shit!
In fact, I think the year that Paris came out with the fanfare and all that, she was there. So
man,
that's Holly's gone.
Holly, all right, man. Anyway, any other thoughts on E3? Go ahead.
Just regarding not regarding a couple of things, but regarding first the whole news about being a all digital E3,
all day digital.
For me, it's been a digital event my whole life, so nothing changes. So it's like, all right, cool. But yeah, like Tony said, these big companies aren't gonna go, man. Maybe Microsoft will go and like try to get some
theater.
They
already have
Why they don't need to? They don't need them.
Yeah, they don't. They
Microsoft
don't need
already
to.
left E3.
Yeah, they had a theater across the street. The same theater they bought the same theater that Nintendo used to use as the to do their presentations. They bought it like a year later, and then they essentially just moved all their Microsoft event into that.
Yeah, the last year I was at E3, I didn't have any Microsoft appointments in the actual convention center. It was at Microsoft's building, so they were already gone.
I thought they were there.
No,
okay,
they were.
Well,
they were there. They were there in the sense that they're down the block,
right,
across the street from.
Well, just like EA was down the street,
Now EA is in fucking Hollywood. We got to a fucking mess. But Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was right down the street, so that was good.